Okay, let us continue. Wait, hold on. Hold on, just to make sure. Okay, good. Just want to make sure. Okay. Number 11. Still clearing the lower stratum. After continuing along a single passage in the dangerous lower stratum for some time, I finally arrived. A fork in the road. Wait, is this a road? In front of my eyes is a gargantuan chamber. I'm not sure if you'd say that the road forks here as much as it spreads out, or maybe just kind of disappears. How big is the space, you ask? So big that even with my eyes, which should be able to see in total darkness, I can't make out the other side. That's big. Okay, what do I do now? The single path I followed so far has been no problem, but I'm not so psyched about this huge empty space. It sort of feels like going into a desert without a trail to follow, I guess. And also, it could be, if you wanted to give another analogy, a dangerous one. It's like going in a video game and entering a big empty space and then finding that's the boss area. Yeah, that's terrifying. Not knowing which direction to head in is intimidating. Like I have a strong suspicion that if I just start walking in a place with no visible landmarks, I'll somehow get all turned around and end up right back where I started, you know? I guess that scenario is less likely with my spider body and all, but I still have no idea which way to go. I mean, you could use your thread and use it as a way to leave a trail, so that way you won't get turned around, because if you come across your things, you kind of know you just go back the way you came, you know? As far as landmarks, all I really have are the pillars of rock scattered here and there. Sorry. But since they all pretty much look the same, they aren't really distinctive enough to work as markers. There are snail bugs everywhere, so at least I won't starve in a worst case scenario. But it still seems like I could easily get lost without noticing. You really don't want to eat those snail bugs unless it really is a life or death situation, like you have no other choice or you will die. Oh, well, my best course of action is probably to stick with the basics of dungeon exploring and proceed along the wall. I continue keeping to the right just as I had before. This place is seriously enormous, though. It's super wide and also super tall. I mean, probably to accommodate those gigantic monsters like that big old dragon you ran across before. The ceiling, which is supported by the rock pillars, seemed to be about 300 feet up. I can barely see it even if I crane my non-existent neck. Thanks to that, despite being inside a dungeon, this area doesn't feel cramped at all. If anything, despite the place being full of nothing but rocks, there's a certain sense of the majesty of nature. Here, it really sinks in just how tiny and insignificant my existence is. Back in my old life, I saw a TV show about unexplored regions and stuff. To be honest, that kind of thing never inspired me. In the end, all that beautiful scenery on the TV screen just seemed like some far-off, irrelevant world to me. Far from inspiration, all I felt about it was apathy. I didn't even know why I was watching that show in the first place. Something to watch. But now I'm actually standing here. This is the world I live in. It's not irrelevant at all, and I certainly can't be apathetic about it. Back when I was a human, I don't think just being somewhere had ever moved me emotionally, no matter where it was. I never would have experienced this feeling if I just stayed holed up in the nest I called home before, I think. In that sense, I guess I have to thank those pyromaniac humans who forced me into the outside world. Man, just remembering it still makes me mad. Yeah, no, I'm gonna thank those jerks. If I ever lay eyes on them again, I'll wrap them up like a bunch of mummies, drag them around the dungeon, then bite them to death with my poison. Whew, that brought back bad memories. I took another look around at the majesty of the dungeon to soothe my injured soul. Whew. Okay, this is going to be a word I can't really pronounce well. Boggrocked. Level 14, status appraisal failed. A giant monster stumbles onto the scene. For some reason, its overall appearance suggests it's lazy, somewhat slow, but its mouth sure ruins that image. It has a huge snout like a crocodile's, packed with scores of jagged teeth. That mouth Juxtaposed with its monkey-like body, it makes for an unbalanced, positively hideous form. That doesn't soothe my soul at all. In fact, it's terrifying. Right. This is a dungeon after all. It isn't just nature. It's also super dangerous. Got it, me. Okay, roger that, me. And so I stifle all signs of my presence as I make a hasty getaway. Okay, I managed to escape without being spotted. And then, well, something occurs to me that I don't really want to think about. This big, huge area can't be the bottom stratum, can it? I would think not. Surely you can use appraisal to find that out. I mean, I don't know what exactly indicates a change in stratum or whatever, but I suspect a lengthy road that ends up in a much wider area might qualify. I mean, when you ended up in the lower stratum, you had gone over a cliff and fell who knows how far. And I'm assuming you would have to do the same thing to get to the bottom stratum. Not just going into a wider area doesn't indicate the bottom stratum. The road has been straight, and I don't exactly feel like I've been descending, but what if it was just such a gradual slope that I didn't notice? That's possible, don't you think? I mean, eventually you would have noticed if you turned around and looked. No. It can't be, right? I just happened to arrive in an open area. Yeah, or maybe I even made it to the middle stratum. I don't think you did. You would have had like a signal up. Oh, that would be nice. Let's go with that. This is definitely the middle stratum. Wow, so I guess I finally escaped from that dangerous lower stratum. No, you didn't. Bagagrach, level 8, status appraisal failed. Bagagrach, level 4, status appraisal failed. Bagagrach, level 11, status appraisal failed. This kind of thing wouldn't be in the middle stratum, would it? No, it's definitely still in the lower stratum. Time to become the invisible man. Oh, I mean the invisible spider. Anyway, I have to hide my presence. Then I can just slip out of here easy peasy. Sorry, guys. After putting enough distance between us, I realize I haven't actually appraised the new species yet. Bagagrach, a deformed monster with a huge jaw. They generally form herds and attack prey in groups. Aha! So even though they seem super powerful, they form herds even bigger than that? Now that's scary. Yeah. Let's just pretend my middle stratum theory never happened. The middle stratum would never be this tough. Yeah, you're still in the lower stratum. I just have to hope that I'm not actually in the bottom stratum. Surely you would be able to touch the wall and it would be able to tell you if it's part of the lower stratum or not. I think you did that before. I scuttled along the wall quietly. After I ate those last 3 monsters, my red stamina gauge stopped decreasing. Yeah, it was a lot of food, so the gauge was already nearly full by the time I finished the first one, but... Sorry, my throat's scratchy, guys. Maybe my overeating skill is the cause or something. It could let me stock up extra energy by eating too much. This phenomenon never happened before I got the overeating skill, after all, so maybe that isn't such a far-fetched theory. Proficiency has reached the required level. Skill appraisal level 6 has become appraisal level 7. Oh! Appraisal! You've come back to me! Now we're cooking with gas. After that big breakthrough last time, I can't help but have high expectations now, though. You know that, right? If you disappoint me again now, I'll never forgive you, got it? You can still clear the bar now that I've raised it, right? We had a good thing going here, don't mess it up, okay? Now, how are my self-appraisal results looking? Small Terratect, level 3, nameless. Status, HP 38 out of 38, green. MP 38 out of 38, blue. SP, I guess stamina points, 38 out of 38, yellow. Energy, or life energy, 38 out of 38, red. Sorry. Average offensive ability, 21. Average defensive ability, 21. Average magical ability, 19. Average resistance ability, 19. Average speed ability, 369. Oh god. This is small. What the heck? Why is it small? Hold on. Hold on. Make that a little bigger. Okay, hold on. It's still small, but I'm gonna have to deal with this. Skills. HP auto recovery level 2. Sorry, guys. Poison Fang level 8. Poison Synthesis level 1. Spider Thread level 8. Thread Control level 5. Throw level 1. Concentration level 1. Hit level 1. Wonder where those came from. Appraisal level 7. Detection level 3. Stealth level 5. Heretic Magic level 2. Wait, when did that become level 2? Wasn't that level 1? She hasn't been using magic, so how did that become level 2? Shadow Magic level 1. Poison Magic level 1. Overeating level 3. Night Vision level 10. Vision Expansion level 1. Poison Resistance level 7. Paralysis Resistance level 3. Petrification Resistance level 2. Acid Resistance level 3. Rot Resistance level 3. Fear Resistance level 5. Pain Nullification. Pain Mitigation level 5. Strength level 2. Solidity level 2. Skanda level 2. Taboo level 2. And unavailable blah 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 blah. There we go, I think it's fine. Huh? Really? Seriously? My eyes aren't deceiving me? But what? A real skill list? Seriously, Appraisal, you're too good to me. You cleared that bar without a problem. Woohoo! The dog days are over at last. Appraisal, you're amazing. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. With this, I can finally use double appraisal to find out what my mystery skills do. Alright, where to begin? Well, I was just thinking about overeating, so how about that one? Overeating allows the user to ingest food beyond normal limitations. In addition, the resultant stamina can be stocked as surplus. However, the user will gain weight proportionate to this. The amount of stamina that can be stocked increases with higher skill levels. Oh, whoa, very nice. That's more or less what I guessed. So this skill means that my stamina won't decrease for a while based on how much extra food I eat. I'd gain weight, though. Am I really that fat? I don't feel fat. I would think not, and especially with how much you run and walk around and everything, I think you would burn that off. Maybe it just doesn't make much of a difference since I'm a spider? Maybe? If I were human, that could be a serious disadvantage. Next, how about this one? Strength. Adds to average attack capability by the number of the skill level. Oh, so that's what it does. So basically a simple stat enhancing skill. Come to think of it, this stat skill increases when I level up. I thought my attack power had gone up by 2 when I leveled up, but one of those points was actually thanks to the skill, I guess. Which means... Solidity adds to average defense capability by the number of the skill level. So this skill is the defensive version of strength. Honestly, it doesn't do much, but given how crappy my stats were, I will take any advantage I can get. Okay, let's keep going. Next is one I don't recognize. Since level 2, it must have leveled up at some point, but I must have missed it when the Divine Voice temporarily mentioned it. Skanda. Multiplies average speed capability by the number of the skill level. Also, growth of this stat at each level up increases by 10 times the skill level. Huh? Wait, excuse me. That would explain why it's so high. If it increases by 10 times the skill level, let's say the skill level is level 5, it goes up to level 6, that means it gets 60 points to it. Okay, then this skill is why my speed is so much higher than all my other stats. Okay, I get it. What? What kind of mega overpowered skill is that? I thought my speed was just because of my species or something. That's actually what I thought too. But it's because of the skill? Oh, hold up. Is this like one of those reincarnation perks you hear about or something? Ooh, for real? Whatever guy is responsible for this, you roll! Being born with a rare skill like this has to be the best benefit ever. All hail reincarnation! They didn't call me Skanda for nothing in that game I used to play. That was your actual name for your character in the game? No wonder! Woo! Now this I could get used to. So what's with the other skills I haven't seen before? That one, that unknown one, cannot be appraised. Can't be appraised. Why? I'm assuming it's a reincarnation thing, because I think all the other reincarnated students have it too. Oh man, I can't believe I'm stumbling here after coming all this way. Well, based on the name, it's probably just a bug or something anyway. It's kind of creepy to be honest, but since I can't appraise it, there's no point in getting hung up on it any further. Hopefully it isn't a negative skill or something, and here's hoping because I still don't know. Oh well, time to move on to the next one. Taboo. A skill given to those who commit a taboo. Must never be raised. Yikes. This is way too deep for me. That phrasing smells like a curse or some other destructive effect, though. Man, I don't want that. It says must never be raised, but it already went up to level 2 at some point. Sorry, guys. I told you my throat's scratchy. I guess because I haven't done this in a while. Seriously? That takes the wind out of my sails real quick. HP auto recovery. HP gradually recovers over time. Can even recover injuries that would not otherwise recover naturally. Poison Fang. Attacks using fangs will be given the poison attribute. Poison synthesis. MP can be used to purify and customize poison. Poisons that can be synthesized vary depending on the level. Level 1 weak poison. Spider Thread. A special skill possessed by spider-type creatures. Can make customizable threads. Customizable qualities: viscosity, elasticity, resilience, texture, strength, size. Thread Control. Allows the user to freely manipulate thread. Throw. Improves power and accuracy when throwing objects. Concentration. Ability to concentrate increased. Oh, that I know where it came from. That was when she was using the morning spider. Hit. Improves accuracy rate in any situation. Appraisal. Can read information about objects, creatures, etc. Detection. A skill that combines all perceptive systems: summary, magic perception, physical perception, material perception, presence perception, danger perception, motion perception, heat perception, reaction perception, spatial perception. Stealth. Hides signs of the user's presence. Night Vision. Allows clear sight even without a light source. Vision Expansion. Widens range of visible light. Poison Resistance. Ability to defend against poison attribute increases. Paralysis Resistance. Ability to defend against paralysis attribute increases. Petrification Resistance. Ability to defend against petrification attribute increases. Acid Resistance. Ability to defend against acid attribute increases. Rot Resistance. Ability to defend against rot attribute increases. Fear Resistance. Makes it harder for user to experience fear. Pain Nullification. Negates any faculty limitations on the body and mind due to pain. Pain Mitigation. Reduces the sensation of pain. Danger signals to the brain will still continue. I continue appraising the rest of my skills in order. Most of them are more or less what I expected, but there are some new discoveries too. For one thing, I finally found out what my vision expansion actually does, kind of. Does this mean I can see infrared and ultraviolet light and stuff? You didn't do heretic magic. Well, I haven't seen anything like that yet, though. Maybe since the skill is only level 1, those things are still mostly invisible? Or maybe there just aren't any light outside the visible spectrum inside a dungeon? Well, I'm not saying that stuff hasn't caused me any problems, so whatever. Anyway, after examining the resistance skills a little more closely, I discovered something kinda unsettling. Most of the resistance skills are just as the name implies, but there's one that seems a bit inconsistent with its name. Rot Attribute. Attribute that negates the decay of death, regulates the decay of death. What the heck? Freaky! I originally thought it meant I could eat rotten food or something, but that seems to be creepier than that. My rot resistance skill increased when I ate that snail bug, so... Does that mean those things have the same attribute? Yeesh. That would explain why the taste is so mind-blowingly foul. Well, so snowbugs are really truly for desperate times only then. Okay. Last but not least, depending on the results of those appraisals, my future could change dramatically. Hang on, guys. Just got a text. Oh, it's just Hot Topic, okay. The appraisal of the 3 magic type skills I possess. Yeah, you didn't do those yet. These are the skills that I have no choice but to ignore since I have no idea how to use them. If I could utilize them, though, I am positive they would come in handy. I mean, if I learned how to use these, I would basically be a magical girl. Well, a magical spider, anyway. Like Kumoko the Spider Girl or something. Alright, appraisal don't fail me now. Heretic magic. Magic that directly assaults the soul. The available spells depend on the skill level. Level 1 discomfort, level 2 phantom pain. Shadow magic. Lower ranking dark magic that manipulates shadows. The available spells depend on the skill level. Level 1 dark shadow. Poison magic. Magic that manipulates poison. The available spells depend on the skill level. Level 1 poison touch. Oh? Now that's vague. Well, it still leaps and bounds from being thoroughly clueless about these skills, but I still don't know how to use them. Alright, so heretic magic is basically a psychic attack type of thing, right? The shadows and poison bits seem self-explanatory. So apparently there are spells I can use at level 1. But how exactly do I cast them? Maybe if I try thinking about it really hard like with appraisal? Okay, then here goes. Let's use discomfort. Maybe you have to use it on a monster? Nothing's happening. No, maybe it's just misfire because I don't have a target. That's what I'm saying. Let's try another one. Dark shadow. Nothing. Poison touch. Nope, nada. My MP hasn't decreased either. That means it didn't misfire probably, more like it didn't activate at all. Man, seriously? Well, I can't say it's entirely unexpected, but still, come on. Hey, wait a minute. Maybe if I examine the term magic with appraisal, I'll get some kind of hint. Magic. An established phenomenon that allows magic power to be transformed using skills. Yeah, thanks for nothing. Oh, well, I guess mastering magic is still out of my reach. Damn, it looks like I won't be able to call myself Magical Girl Kumoko for a while yet. Oh, man. Well, I can't use them, but I figure I may as well appraise the details of each spell anyway. Discomfort. Plants discomfort directly in the soul. Phantom pain. Plants phantom pain directly in the soul. Dark shadow. Makes a shadow darker. Poison touch. Adds a poison attribute attack to a target upon contact. So discomfort is kind of a mental attack like the name implies, and phantom pain, well, it isn't too different from discomfort. Poison touch seems like a formidable spell to learn at level 1, but that means it's probably got some kind of weakness. Dark Shadow's effect is obvious from the name too, but how am I supposed to use that? Maybe you can combine it with higher level shadow magic or something? In which case it probably doesn't serve much purpose on its own. Well, not like I can use it anyway. I lurk motionlessly in the shadow of the rocks. Elro Daznach, level 23. Status, HP 786 out of 818. Green. Oh, good God almighty. MP, 335 out of 335. Blue. SP, 779 out of 779. Yellow. 723 out of 781. Red. Status appraisal failed. The creature is ambling along slowly some distance away from the boulder I'm currently hiding behind. What the heck is that thing? I don't even know how to explain it. Sort of like a huge freaking fish with limbs? No, not exactly, but that's the best I can manage to describe this bizarre creature. Well, this mystery monster doesn't really matter anyway. Actually, I guess it kind of does. Or it will if it finds me, at least. But there's something more important than that right now. That's right, appraisal is at it again. I can see an enormous enemy's stats. All I can actually see is HP, MP, and SP, but that's impressive in itself, no? Yes, it is. Its success rate isn't very high, since it's probably only worked once every 3 or 4 times, but it's still great to know even a portion of my opponent's status. The numerical values of HP, MP, and SP alone are enough to give me a rough idea of how strong something is. In this case, obviously the numbers mean I shouldn't try going toe-to-toe with this thing. My best strategy here is to value my own life. It's common sense not to pick a fight with unknown creatures that happen to wander by, really. I mean, and also the fact that it's level 23 and you're level 3. Best not to do it. I mean, did anyone else see these numbers? I did. What kind of HP is that? Doesn't have to kill me 20 times and still have HP left over. That's what I call inflation. If this stupid-looking mystery monster has stats that high, then the Earth Dragon probably had at least 4 digits of HP. Unreal! In the past few days, I've learned one thing. Monsters above level 10 are all way too strong. I think that's because if they don't evolve at level 10, they're already a high-ranking species. So if I ever see a monster above level 10, it's generally best to run away from all members of its species, even if I meet one that's still in the single digits. On the other hand, species that never exceed level 10 are usually inconsequential. What shocked me, though, was discovering that even the small fry I'm used to hunting tend to have higher stats than me. Some of them even have HP in the triple digits. It's like, you guys are that strong? Really? If I fight them head-on, I probably won't stand a chance. That was when I decided I had to bet everything on the element of surprise. Even the monsters I think of as small fry are higher ranked than me, meaning that my spider threat's ability to render them immobile without a problem is pretty darn impressive. Without it, I would probably be dead by now. Stats are important and all, but clearly skills are too. It surely would be nice if I could see my opponent's arsenal soon. If I could have that information, it'd be a huge advantage in battle. I mean, without my skills, my only advantage is my speed. If I run into an enemy that can counteract my thread with fire, for example, or use an antidote to negate my poison fangs, I'm basically screwed. Oh, man. Skill-based countermeasures could be scary. If I come against something that's prepared, I'll probably die on the spot. But, well, other monsters probably don't have the foresight for something like that. That's exactly why a weak monster like me has been able to survive this long. Yep, intelligence is crucial. Humanity's greatest weapon. Sneak, sneak. Right side, all clear. Left side, all clear. Forward, all clear. Elro Kohokoro. Level 7. Status, HP 67 out of 89, green. MP, 21 out of 21, blue. SP, 79 out of 79, yellow. 54 out of 85, red. Status appraisal failed. In front of me is a monster that looks like a giant pillbug. Well, its body is like a pillbug's, but its head seems more like a rat's. Is it an insect or a mammal? Just pick one, will ya? I guess it's vaguely armadillo-ish, too, but it gives me the creeps, so let's just call it a pillbug. In any case, it could probably increase its defense by rolling into a ball. There was that one time a turtle monster gave me a hard time by retreating into its shell after all. But all I have to do is wrap it up in my thread before it even gets the chance. And so I ready my casting net. Take this. Direct hit. Then I simply use thread control to give them the old 1-2. Conditions satisfied. Acquired title thread user. Acquired skill thread control level 1. Cutting thread level 1 as a result of title thread user. Skill thread control level 1 has been integrated into thread control level 5. Proficiency has reached the required level. Skill thread control level 5 has become thread control level 6. Oh! Hooray! A new title! Thread user, huh? Now, I would have been crazy about that in middle school. Okay, Mr. Pillbug. Something more interesting just came up, so can we wrap things up here? If you don't mind, do you? Oh, you do? Well, too bad. Mr. Pillbug, Mr. Poison Fang. Now, why don't you come under these rocks with me? Okay, now it's time to take a look at the title I just got. Since the name is Thread User, I probably got it for working with thread all the time, right? Wouldn't I have gotten it a lot sooner if that was the case? Yeah, good point. Well, maybe there's another condition. Although I guess there's no point in wondering about that since I already have the title. What really matters now is whether I can use it. And this time, I'm reasonably confident this title is going to come in handy. Well, since getting it bumped up my thread control level, it's already provided some benefits. Thread control is becoming more important to me every day, so raising its skill level is fantastic. That alone makes the title worth it. But right now, my interest is firmly focused on the other skill, cutting thread. Like, does that sound like a super cool anime weapon or what? It's gotta be that thing, right? Where you can cut enemies in half with a super sharp thread and stuff? Impossible. An invisible attack? But how? Something's cutting me. Is this razor wire? Does this mean I can do that now? Whoa, awesome! Yes, way! But even if it isn't in line with my dorky fantasies, it still sounds like a power upgrade to me. After all, so far my poison fangs have been my only means of attack. Now I finally have another one. My spider thread is already the main element of my arsenal, but now it'll be a literal weapon too. Oh wait, I haven't appraised it yet. Better not get carried away before I know what it actually does. Alright, appraisal time. Cutting thread. Grants a cutting attribute to thread. Okay, so it pretty much does what it says on the tin. I was worried for a second there that it might be something ridiculous. So that's one less cause for concern. The next problems are finding out whether it'll actually work on my spider thread, whether I can invoke it properly, and how much of an effect it actually has at level 1. Oh hey, good thing I have that pill bug I just defeated. Come here, I need a lab rat for this. First, I produce some spider thread. Start out, I make it as strong as possible and with 0 stickiness. Then, swinging it toward the corpse of the pill bug, I think cutting thread. Oh, that seems like it did something. But the thread bounces off the body of the pill bug. I guess it's too much to hope for it to be very strong at level 1. Oh, but it did leave a bit of a scratch. That's good enough for starting out, right? So far, most of the skills I've tried at level 1 have been virtually useless, so scratching the hard-looking hide of a pill bug seems pretty good to me. Oh yeah, how is it consumption-wise? Does it use MP or something? Checking my status, I see that my MP hasn't gone down, and my SP isn't reducing at all right now because of my overeating skills effects, so I have no way of telling whether it affects that reserve. Still, based on my experience with poison synthesis and stuff, it probably isn't cost-free. So although my red stamina bar hasn't gone down at all, my guess would be that it decreased a little in a way I can't tell. I don't know how much it normally consumes, but its cost effectiveness doesn't seem too poor. Plus, I'll probably keep my stamina gauge overstocked with overeating in the future too, so I'll bet it'll be fine. Next, I tried making the thread sticky and attack the pillbug corpse again. It did seem to activate properly, but it didn't leave a scratch this time. Well, that's about what I expected. Experimenting with my spider thread a little more, I discovered that there are limits to how it can be customized. For example, maximizing the stickiness makes it difficult to keep it elastic. It isn't impossible, but the effect is definitely lessened. So combining stickiness and sharpness isn't impossible either, but it also isn't very pragmatic. Still, cutting thread seems like a helpful skill. It's very compatible with my usual strategies. I'll have to raise its skill level as soon as possible. So, Mr. Pillbug, I hate to beat a dead monster since I already killed you, but I'm going to need your help with raising my skill level here. I produce more cutting thread and strike the pillbug with it over and over. Yeah, definitely beating a dead horse on this one. After beating the crap out of the corpse for a while, I have managed to raise my cutting thread skill level to 3. Really, I want to raise it a little more, but by now the remains of the pillbug have reached a state that would be unsuitable for TV. Uncensored, anyway, so there isn't much else I can do. Even at level 3, it doesn't do much in the way of damage, but you know what? They say about a journey of 1,000 miles or whatever. Oh, Mr. Pillbug, I think I'll probably never forget you. Maybe. I eat him, of course. As usual, it's repulsive. In retrospect, I probably didn't need to use him as a target at all, did I? I could have just hit some rock or something instead. Oh no! So the Pillbug suffered for nothing! No, he was able to prove useful to me in death, so I'm sure he's probably crying tears of gratitude in the afterlife. Huh? What do you mean I'm brutal? I don't know what you're talking about. Suddenly, I sense another presence behind me and turn around. Edelgrot, level 8, status appraisal failed. This is a monster I've never seen before. It sort of looks like a 6 or 7 foot tall monkey. Oh god, the monkeys. Oh god. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about the anime and the fight she gets into. Oh, the monkeys give her a hard time. Since I failed to appraise its status, I'd like to just ignore it, but it's too late for that since it seems to have spotted me already. And judging by its eyes, it's not planning on letting me get away. The monkey charges at me, and at a good clip, too. In a panic, I hurl some spider thread at it. The monkey dodges it by leaping to one side. Seriously? While I stare in shock, the monkey keeps closing the gap between us. I toss my weapon toward it, but it dodges as easily as before. Bearing down on me, the monkey swings its arm. I quickly detach the thread attached to my butt and avoid the monkey attack. The arm whips past me with a force I never would have expected from something so skinny. Whoo, boy, if I take a direct hit from that, I'd be 6 feet under before I know it. Stats-wise, it isn't necessarily anything I can't handle, but on further reflection, even small fry upper stratum class monsters pose a threat to me in a straightforward fight. Undaunted that its first attack missed, the monkey boldly swings its other arm at me. The movement is clumsy and imprecise, but the fact that it is that each one of these successful blows could probably kill me, so I'm still completely terrified. I'm not exactly a professional boxer, so even an amateur's punches still scare the crap out of me. Ah! I shriek deep in my heart as I desperately dodge them. Proficiency has reached the required level. Acquired skill evasion level 1. This half-baked strategy proves worthwhile since I get a new skill in the process. At the same time, the monkey seems fed up with missing, and it swipes at me in an even wider arc. Now's my chance. I sidestep the monkey's punch and stick some spider thread in its arm as it flails in the air. It's all over for you, new pal. How does it feel to lose? Just like that, my body goes flying into the air. Ah! The monkey flings the connected spider thread upward, taking me with it. Oh, crap. I quickly detach the thread from my body. As expected, the monkey slams it into the ground. If I hadn't cut it off, my body would have slammed it to the floor, too. I avoided that in the nick of time. Better yet, now that the thread on its arm is glued to the ground, the monkey's trapped in place. I quickly shift my position in the air and stick the landing perfectly. 10 points. Luckily, I wasn't actually too high in the air, so I take very little damage when I land. Victory is mine! Even if half of it is the monkey's own fault. I tie more thread around my opponent until he can't move anymore, then finish it off with the usual poison fangs. The monkey shoots me a wrathful glare and lets out a roar, but it offers no further resistance. Soon it braves its last. I've got a bad feeling that it just called for help. Experience has reached the required level. Individual small terror tech has increased from level 3 to level 4. All basic attributes have increased. Skill proficiency level up bonus acquired. Proficiency has reached the required level. Skill concentration level 1 has become concentration level 2. Proficiency has reached the required level. Skill throw level 1 has become throw level 2. Proficiency has reached the required level. Skill hit level 1 has become hit level 2. Skill points acquired. I level up with my victory over the monkey, and 3 of my skills increase in rank as well. They're all good ones too, so I'm happy. As usual, despite my growth, all my stats remain low except for speed. But if I didn't have the Skanda skill, that would be low too, and all I would have going for me is my thread. All hail Skanda! I'm psyched to have a bunch of things improve and all, but I still can't relax. For all I know, my fight with the monkey might have attracted other monsters. First things first, it's time to eat my fill. This guy isn't poisonous. For once, there is no bitterness. Still, it tastes and smells kind of funky, so I can't exactly say it's delicious. I miss the meat of my old life, like beef and pork. My stamina is already filled to the brim, but thanks to my overeating skill, this energy won't go to waste. The name overeating initially had me worried that it would have a negative effect, but it turned out to be quite valuable. Like I said before, stamina is crucial to my survival. I need it for making thread and running and all that jazz, so a skill that can stock up extra stamina is almost essential for me. If I could use magic, that might reduce my deepening dependence on stamina for a little, so there's no point crying over something I can't have. Anyway, that monkey was a force to be reckoned with. I've been able to rely on surprise and such for a while now, so it's been a long time since I've had a real head-to-head battle like that. Lower stratum monsters really are scary. The monkey is probably one of the weaker species status-wise, but it was still a narrow win. Now then, I'm finished eating the monkey, so it's time to keep moving. What the actual abomination is this? Bug Garage. Okay, hold on. Okay, Bug Garage level 1. Status. Holy cow! HP 600 out of 600. This is a level 1! What the fuck? MP 100 out of 100, SP 588 out of 588, the other one 564 out of 564, average defensive ability 559, average defensive ability 531, average magic ability 97, average resistance ability 106, average speed ability 548. Yeah, best to avoid these things. Skill level, throw level 6, cooperation level 6, hit level 6, overeating level 1, special maneuvering level 6, rest level 1. Nickname Giant Monkey. Wait, this is the Giant Monkey? An evolved form of the Anagrot. Oh, never mind. This is essentially the second stage of an Anagrot, which I think is what she fought just a second ago. With a large crocodile-like... Never mind. The large crocodile-like mouth. It sometimes mingles with large groups of Anagrotches, but they don't cooperate with one another. While Anagrotches have the unique skill Vengeance, which causes them to fight until the death against any opponent that has harmed one of their own, Bagagrotches lose the skills Vengeance and Wrath when they evolve. Some say this means they lose the drive to preserve their species, but the truth behind it is unknown. An individual's danger level is close to B. Okay. I think that what she faced was an Anagrotch. Oh, come on, exit. Thank you. I think I'm going to end this one off here, guys. I'll see you all on the next one.